Just on the subject of nuclear now, what do you say to those members of your party and also unions as well who do support nuclear?
Well, I mean, nuclear is all well and good. The question really is whether or not there's a feasible prospect of it playing a part in Australia's energy mix going forward. And I think all the science at the moment and all the predictions are that there are other renewable resources which are much more readily available than nuclear. So I think to think about it in terms of a domestic industry, which is how the debate unfolds, is, I think, to walk down a side alley, frankly. I mean, we are part of the global nuclear industry through uranium mining, and it obviously does have a really important part to play at a global level, which is why it's significant we're a part of it. But in terms of our own domestic energy consumption, really the opportunity lies in renewable energy, because that's where we've got such an incredible resource in respect of solar by virtue of the latitude of our desert to the equator, but also the resource we've got in wind. But having a long coastline against the roaring 40s and having trade winds to our north, all of these things are assets that other countries in the world don't have. And we have a technological base here to exploit it. But it really requires us to walk down that path with intent and purpose. And we don't see that from this government. In fact, what we see from this government is an internal debate inside the government party room about whether or not climate change is actually happening. And that this report has got to make that clear. But there is still a rump inside the government party room, which are happy to deny.
Do you believe that the report, though, loses some of its credibility when talking about China and the fact that it wants to go carbon neutral by 2060, but no one really believes that it's going to do that? So is China getting a leave pass?
Well, I think it's really important that the whole world is acting on this. That's what the report is calling for. That's what the report asks in terms of the findings that it has. And I think the meeting in Glasgow is going to be profoundly important, and every country is going to need to play its part. That includes China, it includes Australia. And it's why it's really important that this government actually resolves its internal issues and starts acting with intent in relation to action on climate change. To have the government party room full of a whole lot of people who are essentially denying the science of climate change in 2021 is genuinely unbelievable, and that is the situation that we've got right now.
The whole party's not denying the science of climate change, are
Oh,
they?
no, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that there is a debate inside the government's party room in relation to that. It has paralysed them in terms of their action since they came to power. I'm not saying all of them do, but there's enough of them in there that do, which means that you've not had a clarity of purpose from this government from the time that's been elected. It's why, we're 21, 22 energy policies, something like that, since the government's come to power. I mean, they have been all over the place because there is a rump inside their show which thinks that climate change is not happening. And that is, frankly, in this day and age, is genuinely unbelievable.
Richard Marles, we'll have to leave it there. Talk to you soon. Thanks for your time.